invisible mat. Oh, did you hear that? Oh, there's nothing that's not sticking. Bollocks. Hello. Oh God. You know when you think you don't need to put a load of foundation on, and you come out and then you look and you think, oh, I should have put... I've just got the powder on. It's this powder called Laura Geller. I got like 45% off, or I wouldn't have bought it because it was quite expensive. I bought it with birthday money, and it's specifically for like older skin, so it doesn't go into creases and wrinkles. Not that I've got a load of wrinkles, but my forehead and around my eyes. So I'm looking, and now I'm thinking I should have put, I mean, especially concealer here. So if you see me waving at anyone, Daniel's mum's dropping him up to Wars for 1:30, so they've probably left home by now, and I may drive past them. I'm now going to get blinded. It's Tuesday, guys. I haven't filmed, I don't think, this week yet, so welcome to another weekly vlog. And the usual, me sitting in the car. It's half term this week. It's Pancake Day, which I'd forgotten about. Daniel was being up to Warhouse today, but his mum's dropping him up at 1:30. Then she's coming back at 3:30, and she's taking Isaac and him back down to their house to make pancakes, which is really nice of her. So that's good. Especially since Muggins here forgot that it was Pancake Tuesday. I very much doubt if I go... See, the problem is Darren can't eat anything like this, so it's like a real bust for us. Why has he got his hazards on? Somebody driving along with both hazards on. But not slow enough that you would think there's anything wrong with the car. I don't know. I don't rightly know. What was I saying? Yeah, Pancake Tuesday. So I don't think if I went to Tesco on the way home I'd be able to get... I like, you know, like when it's Pancake Tuesday, I like the crepey ones. I like the thicker ones for breakfast, toasted, but the crepey ones with like some Nutella, that's about the cut of my jib on Pancake Tuesday. Darren actually usually makes them himself. But I feel really bad. He usually makes them, and he has like maybe a couple of little ones himself, which he shouldn't really do because of the gluten thing. But I might go and see if I can see any in Tesco on the way home. We shall see. I doubt it though, because Lisa's left it till bloody Pancake Tuesday, hasn't she? Completely forgot. What was I going to say? So yeah, into my mum's, probably taking her downtown if she feels up to it. Tomorrow's Valentine's Day. The day after, which we don't sell it. It's like one of these days. You must buy people things that they don't need. It's like just we do get each other a card, and that's it. So, you know, we don't really. We did when we first got together. I think most people do, but we just get each other a card now. It's my parents' wedding anniversary on the 15th, the day after. So, the good thing about that is there's always a ton of flowers in the shop. Unfortunately, but people will probably think, oh, well, they're probably really discounted. On the 15th, they never are. They maybe are a few days later, but on the 15th, they're still, you know, looking really well and stuff, so they don't tend to discount them, which to me is ridiculous. So what I got my dad was, obviously I buy my mum a bunch of flowers. I'll give them money. I know they're getting themselves a Chinese takeaway. They can't go out to eat because my mum's not able to. So I'll give them 20 quid to get a Chinese. Oh, the last of the big spenders, eh? I'm so skint. So I'll give them 20 quid to get a Chinese, and I'll buy my mum a bunch of flowers. And I don't mean the ones you order online that cost like 40 or 50 quid. I'll get a bunch for about 20 quid out of M&S. And then I got my dad a DVD. It's the film I was talking to him about. I know if Alan, if you're watching this, you'll probably know exactly what I mean. The rest of you probably won't. It just occurred to me the other day, I don't know why, and I asked my dad, have you ever seen this? And he says, no, I've never heard of it. So I managed to, I actually really want to keep it for myself, but no, I won't. Although if he watches it and says that was crap, I'll say, right, give me it back then. It's this thing called Whistle and I Will Come to You. It's a 1968 ghost story. I think it was remade in 2010, which I've never watched, but both versions are on this DVD. I remember watching one of these programs which was, you know, something like top 50 scariest not horror movie. Anyway, it was something I watched about scary movies, and obviously I love scary movies, so I watched it. Somebody driving really slow, so we're going to be driving all day. So the imagery that it showed in this movie, for some reason was really like quite, oh, that looks a bit scary. So what did I say? I remember it took me like literally a few years to track this down, wherever it was I saw it, and I managed to watch it. And even though it's really old and it's really dated, and there's no big fancy special effects or anything like that, and some of it you may feel is a bit silly, there's such an air of eeriness about this thing. Why is he swerving in the road? There's nothing there. Yeah, it's so eerie, and I think it's the main guy that's in it. His acting is so good. It really, you know, it's really unnerving. That's the way to put it. It's about basically him being haunted, and there's not a lot of like stuff in it. It's mostly just a very straightforward story, but it was so effective. I found it's really hard to get me feeling that, oh, I'm a bit creeped out, but that managed it. So I've bought him that, so hopefully he'll enjoy it. He probably won't. My dad's viewpoint on things, like some of the things he doesn't like and some of the things he likes, is crazy. He thinks Tom Cruise can't act. I'm like, it's fine, you know, you don't have to like someone, you know, fair enough, you don't like Tom Cruise, but don't say Tom Cruise can't act. I mean, really? I says, have you seen Born on the 4th of July? And he says, yeah, I don't like that. I says, that's fine, you don't have to like someone, but he thinks he can't act. He thought The Pursuit of Happiness was terrible. The one, I know I'm not the biggest Will Smith fan in the world, but The Pursuit of Happiness is such an awesome movie, and it moved me to tears. I thought it was amazing. He thought it was absolutely terrible. It's like, what's wrong with you? So you never know what he's going to think of anything. I bought him a copy of Le Trou, which is a 1950 something, or is it 1970 something? Anyway, it's an old black and white French movie, prison movie. My dad likes the prison movie. I was recommended it by someone, and I watched it and I thought it was fantastic. And it was actually acted in the most part by non-actors, by actual people. The person that was actually in the prison, the prisoner, actually, one of them was the actual prisoner that took part in this thing. I'll not say what in case you ever want to watch it. It's called Le Trou. Trou is spelled T-R-O-U, and it translates as the hole. It's French and it's fantastic. I think he said, I says, well, what did you think of it? Thinking he'd love it. Oh, well, I figured that out right at the start, and I was like, fucking hell. I says, it's not, you know, I says, it's a true story. I said, it's a true story. It's not supposed to be like, oh, this was a really predictable twist. I says, it actually happened like that. So you can't really change that. But some of the stuff my dad likes is terrible. He watches Darby O'Gill and the Little People just so much. He loves Mary Poppins. Now, don't get me wrong, I like Mary Poppins, but I mean, some of the things that he says is crap, and then he'll watch Darby O'Gill and the Little People. He likes The Quiet Man. I'm trying to think of his favourite movies. Some, okay, fair enough, Shawshank Redemption, which is brilliant. He loves Stephen King. So I'm hoping he'll like Whistle and I'll Come to You. It's based on a book which is based on a poem by Robbie Burns, and I think it's called Whistle to Me and I'll Come to You, Me Lad, or something like that. But big recommendation if you haven't seen it. Whistle and I'll Come. I don't know if the 2010 version's terrible, never seen it. Both are on this DVD, but that original old one's proper creepy. I really liked it. So I'll borrow it when my dad's seen it so I can see the remake. But nothing really to tell you today. Yesterday we stayed in and I made sure Isaac did his homework and been given to do over half term. He had to do a 6-page PowerPoint presentation on an entrepreneur of his choice. Honest to God. So we chose Steve Bartlett, who is the young lad from, he's the youngest in Dragon's Den. So we chose him, and it's on physics, which he did. And tomorrow, hopefully if I feel up to it, which I never know after I've gone into my mum and taken her out, sometimes I'm just not really fit for much for a few days. We're hoping to go up to Belfast and watch a movie and have a Chinese, so that's going to be like our main outing, because it's half-term week. That's going to be the main thing we do all week. Thursday is my parents' anniversary, so I'll have to go in. Friday is a free day at the minute. I may well take Daniel and Callum to the cinema. There's something called Madame Web's coming out. Now, I don't know if they'll want to see it because it's about a woman, but if they do, I might well take them to see that. I need to record a video for the rubber duckies. It needs to be done this week. I only got told this morning. Basically every year the Cinema Squad on YouTube do this like awards ceremony where they put all these nominations. It's basically like the Oscars for people on YouTube, was you get to choose who you want to win in all these categories, and they have a different YouTuber announce each category, so they let me choose what one I wanted, and I wanted worst film. But I'm really disappointed with what won worst film, because I really like it. And some of the choices were awful. And it's like, how can you give that worst film? That's not worst film. I'll not tell you in case this is going up. Oh, this will probably go up before the rubber duckies. I think they're on the 25th of February. It's usually really good fun what they do. Cinema Squad's got 5 guys. They're all on a live stream. We're all in the chat. And they run through all the awards, and they play all the videos of all the YouTubers doing the nominations. And we all just have a laugh, and it's really good fun. They do it, this is the 3rd year they've done it, and it's a lot of fun. I really enjoy it. I really like all the guys, they're all awesome lads. So yeah, we'll be doing that on the 25th. So I need to get, what I've done is, you try and think of something silly. So last year I was doing best lead performance in a TV show, I think I had last year. So I dressed up as the person from each of as I did each nomination, I would dress up as the person. I thought, oh God, that's so much work. So this year I've bought myself a hat shaped like a poo emoji, and I've bought a brown dress, really cheap, what it's going to be really good for is wearing under stuff, like wearing under a lighter dress to keep me warm. It's it's brown. It's quite a dark brown though, so it's actually not that bad. It's quite nice. So I'm going to be a giant poo. I'm going to wear a brown dress and have a poo hat on my head to announce crappiest movie of 2023, which went to something that I don't think it should have went to, because I really liked it. It's like, what? What's wrong with you? I mean, Aquaman wasn't even in the bloody nominations. What's that all about? That was one of the worst things I saw last year. It was shocking. Oh, fuck it, I'm going to tell you. Ant-Man and the Water... No, Ant-Man Quantum... Oh, there's a dog having a poo. Ant-Man won it. I enjoyed it. I don't understand why Ant-Man won worst movie. The thing is, nobody that watches this, is part of the group that will watch the rubber duckies, so... Although it is fun. But Ant-Man, worst film of 2023? No, absolutely not. Anyway, I've waffled crap as usual. I've told you the plans for the week. I will fill them as and when I can. Thank you for listening to me waffle. I shall check it. Oh, I'll tell you another thing before I go. You know the way they talk about a good side? I don't have a good side. Well, I've realised since this moved, this is my good side, because I'm not a big fan of looking at myself anyway, because there's always something that you see, and at the minute when I've put all that weight back on, this fucking chin, I don't like this side of my face. I prefer this side. I didn't know that until I've tried to edit video, record. I don't like it. I don't know if it's because it's really close or is this side of my face, but either way I don't like it. But anyway, with that little snippet, I shall go. Shall catch up with you later, guys. Maybe tomorrow. Bye for now. Hello. Oh. Should I harp on again about we can send a man to the moon but we can't make lipstick stay on in the middle? We just had a drink of cherry Lucozade. That's why the old lipstick's coming off. pressing all my buttons. I have just been to my mum's. Nurse came, which she forgot to tell me that a nurse was coming today, but they didn't give a time. About you guys are maybe not in the slightest bit interested in these things, but like I say, I like to keep a log for myself going forward. So she's writing to the doctor. I've been on about this for years. Not years, a year. You've heard me talk about my mum's urine infections. They are going to fit a catheter. Well, she's writing to the doctor and suggesting they stay in for 12 weeks and then someone comes and changes them. My mum's been getting such regular infections that she's up and down to the toilet constantly, and she's just not got the strength to do it. My dad doesn't have the strength to keep taking her. I mean, she has him up at like 5 in the morning, midnight, taking her to the toilet. And I've said, if the argument for you not having a catheter is about the infection, then given the fact you've got infections constantly, does that not remove the argument for you not having one? So she actually agreed, and she's writing to the doctor, and we'll see about my mum getting a catheter, which will be a lot of weight off for my dad with the getting my mum up and stuff. He'll still have to do it for like other things. My mum struggles a lot. This is TMI. She's either constipated or she's got runs. She's one or the other. So she probably still need to go to the toilet an awful lot, but not as regular as now, which is like every hour. So we got to go down to a little shop called Wise Buys. She got a couple of little compact mirrors that she wanted, and I got Darren some slippers. The excitement! I've said earlier, me and Darren don't do Valentine's Day, but Valentine's Day is a girl with pink hair, and I love her hair. You might see her out this window when I drive past. See? That bright flash of pink? Awesome. Yeah, so he's got old man slippers. Darren complains, and I completely agree with him, about slippers not having heels on them. We don't like mules, especially when you're like going up or down stairs. It's just not safe. But you can't really get slippers with backs on them that aren't old man slippers. So I've got them a pair, but they're plain black, so they're not as old man. They're not plaid or tartan or brown. So hopefully you'll like them okay. I am now, the reason I put you on, I'm going to Tesco's on Pancake Tuesday to see if I can buy pancakes. Well, actually, I want to see if I can get some gluten-free pancakes for Darren. They don't do gluten-free crepes, but I did look up on the grocery app before I left the house, and there's these Genius gluten-free chocolate pancakes, and I thought, well, they might be alright. He might like those. So I might get like some plain vanilla ice cream and these pancakes, and then he'd be able to have he can heat up the pancake and then have a little blob of ice cream. That might be nice. So that's the plan. That's what we're doing, guys. Nothing else any more exciting. I'll take you into Tesco with me on the search for the gluten-free pancake. I always do this. It's such a bad time. I've left my mum's. It's 5:10, and it's exactly the time that all workplaces are kicking out and the traffic is really busy, typically. Right, I'll switch you off. I'm sure you don't need to sit in traffic with me to go to Tesco. I'll switch you back on when I get into the shop. Tesco's is busy tonight. Sure, when I went in there it was light, now it's dark. Well, I got the chocolate pancakes folks and I got some ice cream, so I'll have something to eat, so that's good. But they've no normal pancakes, so I'm screwed. I'm back again. I know this isn't very exciting. These bloody things, let me show you. Isaac saw these and I asked him what he wanted for his birthday because it's really hard to know now. And he'd seen these things. Fight Line, Five Nights at Freddy's collectible battle game. So I saw this, or he saw this and he's like, oh, it's all like different little Five Nights at Freddy's characters. The very next time I was in the shop where he wasn't with me, they had sold out completely. So I've just bought 6. They're £5 each, so 30 quid. To me it's like, it seems stupid, but it's nothing he really wants for his birthday. So I've got him, see these, it's getting a bit dark, isn't it? Right, someone's, forgot what I was saying. Hope I didn't have a cross face then. I'm really conscious of the fact that, resting bitch face, that I have one of these faces where even if I'm not annoyed, I look annoyed. If I'm annoyed, you bloody know. I forgot what I was saying. Yeah, I've bought a couple of PlayStation games that he wanted. I can't even remember what they are now. There's only once that you can only get on download, which is called High on Life. So I'll order that for him near the time from the PlayStation store. He's been wanting the Stranger Things VR game for ages, but they keep putting it back and there's no like, it was meant to be November last year, then it was meant to be February this year, and now it's been put back indefinitely. It's just a few like little games I've got him. I got him Dead Island 2, and actually I think I showed you that when we were downtown last week. He was with me when I got that, but it's been put aside for his birthday. I got him the Witcher figure that I've been trying to get for ages. I ended up buying it on eBay. It's like £4 more than it would have been when they sold it in the shop, which wasn't too bad. I've got him a really good pair of earphones that apparently don't leak sound. I don't know what else, to be honest. I'm gonna go and see if I can see like a hoodie or something. He loves hoodies, he lives in hoodies, and now that he's actually started listening to music a lot now, which Darren loves. The fact he's now really starting to get his own taste in things. You know the way when you're a kid you tend to like follow what your parents listen to? So if your parents are big country and western fans, a lot of kids over here like country and western because that's what their parents like. Obviously we like rock, so Isaac likes Backyard Babies. He doesn't tend to like Darren's, he doesn't like things like the Rolling Stones. But he started to like stuff that Darren would have liked at his age, like Pantera and Anthrax, which are too heavy for me. I don't like them. I like the guitar music, or the guitar in a lot of them, but I don't like a growly vocal. I never have done. So he's liking that. Testament, it's like, Jesus Christ. It's like, I have a friend called Roy who lives in Orkney, and it's like his taste, like all of his favourite bands Isaac now likes. But then he's got into these like you would call emo bands as well, like, hang on, just trying to, Avenged Sevenfold, he's loving at the minute. What did he hear last night and he really liked? Another really like Bullet for My Valentine, you know, that sort of thing. He likes Green Day. So he's getting his own taste in music, which is really good. So I might try and find him like a band hoodie, because he's never had a band hoodie. He's got a Stranger Things one and he's got a South Park one, but he's got no band hoodies. So I think I'll try and find him a band hoodie. So yeah, I'm going to switch this off because it's getting dark. I just thought I'd switch you on and show you those Five Nights at Freddy's things. If you have got a relative that is male and is between the ages of like 10 and 15. Five Nights at Freddy's. Them things are like gold dust. Tesco sell them for a £5 each. There are 20 to collect. You see, I wish they'd just tell you on the packet what the hell one it was. Oh God, please tell me it doesn't say on the packet what one it is. I'm sure it doesn't. Because could you see me buying 5 of the same or 6 of the same one? I'm sure it doesn't tell you what one it is. Let's hope not. And I've bought 5 boxes or something. Right. I'll catch up with you guys probably tomorrow. We're going up to Belfast, so all being well, I'll speak to you then. Hello. Look at emo, is it?
What?
Isaac, you don't have your hair over your face like that, honestly. It is Wednesday, and Darren's just putting petrol in the car. We're going to Belfast. So see, when you're going somewhere, and when you really need to get going, that we always need petrol. So we're doing that now. We're going to see Madame Web.
Close enough.
I've seen 3 people have seen it. I've seen the reviews and none of them liked it. I think the trailer looks quite good, so we'll go and see. In saying that, Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania was a movie that everyone said was terrible, and I enjoyed it, so I'm not quite understanding. So I'm not going to judge on what other people say. Some people, if you saw their review for Argyle, you would think it was going to be absolutely terrible. I liked it, so I'm not going to judge on other people's viewpoints. I might like it. Or on the other hand, there's films that people think are absolutely amazing that I think are dull as dishwater, like Dune. So, yeah, we're going to have a wee sneaky Chinese buffet before we go. It's all in like the big like centre thing, so we'll just wait on Darren coming out and get going. I shall endeavour, if I remember, to let you know how the movie was. I will show you our Chinese, maybe film a little bit going into the cinema if I remember. I shall catch up with you later. Comes to Chinese buffet and eats rice and gravy and chips. Yum, 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 yum.
Not people stood down there and I was talking.
How much cake? How much cake? Nothing. Is the car locked? Yep. Right. Up we go. 3:15.
I was half on the step, half off the step.
No, Madame Web. I haven't heard good reports, but can't but try. Let's see.
We're showing so many free love cards for you guys. So here's one Valentine's Day.
Thank you. There you go.
Yeah, we got some presents.
Sorry.
Oh, wait.
Jesus. I don't think so. E234. Who's just done that, your dad? Hello, this will be really quick because guess who's got a banging headache leading to a migraine? Isaac's just put the light on for me a minute to record this. So we're back home. I'm in the pyjamas already. Madame Web. I would say it's a... First third of the film I would have given an 8 out of 10. I was really enjoying it. I like the sort of storyline, not giving anything away, but you show in the trailers that she can sort of like see some stuff in the future that's going to happen. I love that concept. What would you give it out of 10 before you go, Isaac?
7.5.
Right, 7.5 from Isaac. It got a bit silly, But I'm not going to say like everyone else, it was absolutely terrible. It was a popcorn flick. It was nothing outstanding. Some of the CGI wasn't the best, but that didn't annoy me in the flesh either. When I go to see that type of movie, I'm not expecting cinematic genius. You know, there's very few End Games and Infinity Wars out there, you know. My sort of superhero movie, I was more a fan of, like, I thought the Joker was incredible. I like that sort of thing more so. But yeah, I enjoyed it okay. I loved, is her name Dakota Johnson Fanning? Her that was in 50 Shades. She's so beautiful. And the red jacket she wore in this, I am absolutely in love with. I really liked her character. The beginning, her character reminded me a lot of myself, which is why I really enjoyed it, because she's so not one of the girls in cooing over baby showers and stuff. And a lot of her reactions would be quite similar to mine. But yeah, I don't think it's a go to the cinema movie. I thought it was a really interesting origin story for Madam Web. I don't know an awful lot about the comic books, but I'd say, yeah, it's an enjoyable watch. Definitely, if you like superhero movies, by all means watch it, but it is not your typical superhero movie. It's more of a drama thriller. As I say, the first third I really enjoyed. Second 2/3 were just good, but not great. So yeah, I got hit with a mammoth headache during the film, and it's just got progressively, the dog's now scratching the door, it got progressively worse and worse and worse as the night's gone on, so I'm switching off for now. I just wanted to let you know what I thought. Tomorrow is my parents' anniversary, so we'll be going in, picking some flowers up, giving them 20 quid for a Chinese, and I got my dad that DVD. So yeah, I'll check in with you guys, hopefully headache free tomorrow. Hello. I thought I didn't show you these yesterday. So, Valentine, yes. I had to put an S on that. These are mine and Dobby and Molly's cards for Darren. And I bought him some really romantic slippers, old man slippers. And look at these beds. And some chocolate. And he bought me this light. I'm not sure where I'm going to put it. He didn't get me a card, but he wrote on the back of the light. So, Valentine's Day 2024, done. Today is my, look how small my eyes look with no makeup on. Today is my parents' anniversary, so I'm just going to have a quick bite of breakfast and get some makeup on my face and head in. I'll speak to you guys later. So I thought before we went out I would show you my new window hangers. There's Molly. And there's Dobby. How cute are they? So I've got those on there. Then on here I've got my raven, my bat and my wolf. I think that'll do me now. Right, onwards. Did you see my new window hangers?
What? Hey?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ, no, I didn't see them.
They're nice, aren't they?
They're very nice.
Molly and Dob.
Oh, look at the state of this again. I bet if I don't ask Darren to fix it, he'll just get in and sit on it as it is.
Yeah. I need
Right.
a ring of my phone.
Isaac, please be careful, that doesn't go everywhere.
On the floor.
That thing's off the seat again. It is Thursday. It's my parents' 49th wedding anniversary. Is it? Yeah, 49th. Basically, whatever age I'm due to be that year, that's what wedding anniversary is. So I'm just stopping off. Oh, I left that in the bags. Isaac, hand us that DVD a minute. I'll just show you the thing I was telling you about this week, that like ghost story, that creepy thing. That's it. Whistle and I'll come to you. And apparently there is a 2010 version, which I haven't seen. But the 1968 one's really creepy, and I'm hoping my dad likes it. But like I say, I thought he'd love that Latrue, and I think he thought it was just massively predictable. And I'm like, it's a true story, what do you want him to do? Make something up. His window's still open.
Freshen his room.
So, Right, we're going to hear about this for half an hour. I farted in Isaac's bedroom last night.
Did you?
Yeah.
Was it a good one?
Yep.
Good. I like going in there to drop them as well.
Oh, I didn't do it on purpose.
Right.
Yeah.
I was sorting it. If Isaac sorted out all his own dirty clothes, then I would have had no need to be in there.
Go in and drop a quick column.
There's a little dog. So Marks and Spencer's to get some flowers, because the only time I use florists is if I have to send the flowers somewhere. Jesus, I remember I didn't send Christmas cards last year to save some money. What is this car doing? And then I ended up sending flowers to Darren's auntie, the one with the horrible accident, and it cost me probably twice what sending bloody Christmas cards would have done. So expensive. And because it was in December near Christmas, she's still down in Halifax, I think they live. The son lives, and he's still in hospital. He's recovering, but it's going to be a slow process. And the guy that did it apparently is not, what was it, he's not been done for?
Assault.
He's not been done for assault because they can't say that he deliberately drove the car at Phil. It's like he ran over the top of him. How can you, like, this is even if you're saying, right, okay, he didn't know, he stopped because there was an accident, he knew he was there, but if he's arguing that he didn't know, which is lies, but just let's play devil's advocate, he's saying, I didn't see him stood there. You don't run over the top of someone and not realise you've done it and drive off. You know what I mean? So it looks like this guy's not going to get the full prosecution that he should get. I don't know much about it, but anyway, I don't think there's anything else. I told you last night very briefly, my head last night was shocking. It hit on the way, no, it hit it during the movie. Darren took a headache, but said to me, have you any painkillers? When the movie was just starting, and then a bit into it I took one, and it just got worse and worse. It went off that night, thank God, but it was horrible. It was one of those that was like skirting a migraine, because I get like, the first place that goes other than my head is the bridge of my nose, like, you know, the hard bit, the bony bit of your nose, and then my jaw starts, and that's how I know it's not just a headache. But these glasses, let me show you these glasses. Let me be Bono for you two for a minute. I put these on last night. I'm not sure that they helped, but what they do is, right, hang on, there's somebody stopping in front of me. When you drive at night in the country, especially when there aren't street lights, people coming the opposite way, the glare sometimes is really, really difficult. So these are meant to remove the glare of headlights. Actually, they might, I look a bit special, don't I?
Special.
What they do is they make all the bright, you know the way like headlights now seem to be very bright white light, they make those all yellow. So it maybe tones it down a bit, I'm not entirely sure, but there were some that were still really dazzling. But they definitely, if you've got a headache, they definitely dull down bright colours, I'll give it that, which was needed. So I started keeping a diary of, because I've started taking headaches and migraines way too much, so Darren said you should keep a diary of symptoms. So I've started start of this month, and in the last, since the 2nd of February, I've had 3 migraines and 4 days with like really, I don't write down when I have a bit of a headache, it has to be a stonker. 4 bad headache days and 3 migraines since the beginning of the month. This is the 15th. It's a bit too excessive for my liking. I don't know if I'm thinking it's perimenopause that's doing it, because from everything I've read, apparently that's what happens, and when you go through that and when you go through menopause, then it helps it a lot. It goes, maybe it doesn't go, but it helps it a lot, and I'm a lot of years away from that, so great. Darren took a picture of me yesterday for all you like people that when I talk about my weight and standing in front of a Ghostbusters cutout. I can't put it up, it's so bad. You know when you think, I know I've put on weight and I know I need to lose this weight, then you see a photograph of yourself and it's like, oh my god, shocking, really bad. How can it take you 6 months to lose weight and take you 2 to put the same weight back on that you lost? Why if when you stop eating crap and you exercise, and you were eating crap before and you weren't exercising, why does the weight not come off at the same rate it went on? That's what I'd like to know. And then I read that when you get to my age, like perimenopausal and menopausal, your metabolism slows down. So that was great news. I don't know what else they're going to hit us with. So Isaac's back to school on Tuesday of next week. They're off on Monday because it's one of the other year's parent-teacher meetings. So Tuesday, regardless of how I feel, I have to be up and ready to do some exercise because it's ridiculous. It's at times like this you like desperately don't want to have this condition. I don't want to be sore, I want to be able to be active, but I'm just so tired. I can't even explain how tired I am every day. It's ridiculous. So we need to get weight off again, and then it'll get to next winter, and then I'll eat like a pig again, and then we'll be talking about the same thing next January, February. That's what's going to happen. Maybe I'll get fit enough to get to a grade where it won't hurt as much. I don't know, but it seems to happen every year at the same time. The minute like proper winter hits, I start to ache and just get super tired. And we've been busy all week, that's probably not helping. I have to do that video for Cinema Squad and I don't know when I'm going to fit it in. They said like by like early Sunday at the absolute latest to everyone, and I'm usually one of the first that gets things done. But because Isaac's been off all week, we've been busy. We've been out every day, apart from Monday, but on Monday we've done his homework. So Christ knows, like we're out today and then we're out again tomorrow because we're taking, Callum still hasn't come back to me. We're taking Daniel definitely and possibly Callum to the cinema to see Migration. So don't like leaving things late when I have to do a thing for people. You know, they've got so many videos to edit, they'll probably be hoping that they come in bits, but I guarantee everybody does it at the weekend and they're left with a ton of videos to edit together at the weekend. I'm usually one of the people they can count on to get it in pretty fast, but it's just a really bad week. It's been a really busy week. Right, enough waffle. I was going to show you. Oh, where did I put them? Isaac, did I put little cards on the back seat?
Yes.
Can you give me them? Wait, see what cards I've got. No, not the. What is it? Not birthday cards, little business cards. I don't know what I've done with them.
No business cards.
Right, I've put them somewhere. Where have I put them? Right, I got these little business cards. I saw them on Temu. They were like just over £1. There's about, I don't know, just guess 50 of them. And it's a you parked like an idiot card. You accidentally parked like an idiot. Blah blah blah, I can't remember what else it said. So I wanted to put them in the car to have with me. I've obviously left them in the house when I've been leaving. I've remembered to pick up the anniversary cards and DVD, I suppose, which is the main thing. But I forgot my business cards to put on cars of people that park like idiots. Yes, I'll give Darren some to take out in his pocket as well, because I'm sure he'll quite enjoy that.
Or you can buy your own change if you want.
There's a postman. He's late today, maybe it's the second postman. Oh, in Northern Ireland, council tax is called rates, and Stormont has gone back now, so the DUP have agreed to go back. I'm not going to waffle about politics, don't worry. But a few days ago, Michelle O'Neill, who is like first chair in Northern Ireland, said no, we don't want to put any prices of any services up. It wouldn't be fair because people are experiencing, basically she said, not the best services. It wouldn't be fair to put prices up. 3 days later, it's been announced this morning that rates, i.e. council tax, is going to be put up. Darren said like on average some of the areas, because it's not like a nationwide thing, it's like an area thing.
Self-governing council.
And you know, 3-point-something%. I don't know what that equates to, but our area has been put up by 9-point-something%. Wait, what? So I know when we lived in England, our council tax was approximately £100 a month. I know in England it divides into bands like A, B, C, D, depending on, but it was always around about 100, wasn't it? Now, one of the big differences between England and here is that if you rent, the people that own the house pay what you would call council tax, what we would call rates. So that's not put on to the renter.
So the rents are lower anyway.
Yep.
Plus no council tax.
So that won't affect us. Obviously, if you own your own house, it's going to affect you. My parents, it'll affect them.
No water rates.
We don't have water rates either. That was something I actually laughed in someone's face when they told me water rates, because I thought they were trying to like make me look stupid. You know, like, oh, when you start a job, go and get a long stand. You know, one of them sort of things. I thought it was that. Water rate. I'm like, you pay for water? Seriously? I didn't believe it. And at that time, I think it was, this is going back 20 years, it was about £60 a month, I think. Don't know what it is now. So in Northern Ireland, we don't pay water rates, but I see that changing. Renters do not pay council tax or rates, and the rent is approximately, at very least, £100 cheaper a month. But I'd say, yeah, maybe could go up to £2. When we left, I'll go with Parkwood. We lived in Saltaire, which is just outside Bradford. Really nice little village. Our rent was skirting around about 500, wasn't it?
It went up, I think the highest we paid was 580 at one point.
Did we not leave before that
It
point?
went up past 550, and then they wanted to put it up again, and that's what we said no.
Right. So it was like 500 and something a month, which was the highest rent we'd ever paid. And when we moved here and we were looking somewhere to rent, you know, there were places that were like $450. I seem to remember a 395. Was that?
Meadowbank.
If 395 was
Was
it?
it 4 or 5 bedroom Meadowbank?
4.
4 bedroom, detached garage, own little driveway, no council tax, and our starting rent was 450.
Was it 450?
It went up to 5 at one point, but still, it was
Big
a
house.
huge house.
My favourite house.
Yeah.
That's the problem with renting. You can never, you know, you can't see your house as your own. You can be asked to move at any time.
Yeah, it was 4 bedroom, 3 bathroom.
A lot bigger than we needed, but awesome, because we had a really nice spare room if anyone wanted to come to stay, and we had a room that we were able to use like to shelve out with all our DVDs and bits and bobs like that.
Attic was all boarded out. You could walk into.
I mean, now the room we have now, if anybody ever came to stay, is tiny. It's basically just big enough. If you've seen Isaac's room in our vlog, it's the same size. It's a little box room, and if we have a, what's that thing called? A sofa bed. And when you put the double sofa bed out, there's like no room. You'd have to put one side up touching the wall, and then there may be a tiny little bit of space up the side, because there's a big Calyx unit in there with all of Isaac's clothes and toys. So there's a tiny bit of room at the bottom of the bed, and I mean barely nothing. If you wanted to put a suitcase in that room with the bed, you probably wouldn't be able to fit it. You'd have to put it in the hall outside the door. It's tiny, but we don't have people staying, so. But if anyone ever did, the room is just so small. But in our old place, we had like a really nice big spare room. But anyway, I suppose your house isn't about having a room for other people to sleep in, is it? But anyway, it's just how much prices have gone up recently. Troll, that's what we call the woman that used to live next door to us. Her house.
Kissing his ass.
I've lost my train of thought now.
Rent next door.
Yeah, Troll's house. I found the advert. I was looking and looking and looking. I couldn't find it anywhere, like on any of the sites. Eventually, I found it on Gumtree of all places. There was no information like regarding exactly where it was, but I know the landlord. Oh, come on now, you're not that close. I knew the landlord's name, and we know his phone number, so I was able to get it that way. And he was asking £700 a month for a house exactly the same as ours. So I think, is this car park shut? I think that. Oh no, you can go up this side. You just have to go in via Marks and Spencer's. Actually, I'm going this way because I want to let you see and I want to actually take a photograph of it myself. The renovation work that's been done in Fairhill Centre to make way for the new Primark. I would just turn you around to film out the but I can't because of this bloody thing. just stepped out onto the street. Right, where am I going? Is there a parking? Can you go that way?
I presume so. There's cars down there.
Jesus. Yeah, I'll film this when I come back out so you can see. I like to have pictures of things because when the shop's there, it's going to be, do you remember when? It'll be no. Well, I've got a picture of it. Yeah, so prices, 9% raise in rates, so if you're a house owner, that's a bit of a blow. Don't know if my parents know. I'll tell them great news when I get. No, actually, maybe not on their anniversary. Tell them there's a 10%. My dad will have seen it on the news. Right.
Why are we here?
Because I need to buy some flowers.
Oh, yeah.
Right. I'll let you see this works. There you go, folks. Look at that. Work for Primark is underway. Can't get in via that door, so we'll go in. There's Marks and Spencer, so we'll go in via there. Well, look at that, eh? Apparently they're not opening until 2025. Right, here we are. Let me see the flowers. Nice bunch of flowers. My dad's still in bed on his anniversary. We've left Darren. I got blocked in by an idiot. Van parked right behind me, parallel. I'm not parallel, you know, like in an L shape. Completely blocked in the back of my car. Right. Hello, I'm back with my messy hair. Let you see what I got. Gerberas. I love gerberas. Now, I know they're not big posh flowers, but they all look really fresh. There's roses in there as well, look. There's no wilting. Another rose. £2.50. I mean, can't complain about that. So I got my flowers. Darren didn't buy me any, so I bought. Darren never buys romantic gifts. He tends to buy more practical things. He keeps buying me horror and TV stuff, which is all very nice, but occasionally it'd be nice to get a bunch of flowers. So I've bought myself a bunch of flowers at the heady heights of £2.50. I got my parents those flowers, so they were really nice. I like, I know she likes lilies because they, you know, the smell. So I got her roses and lilies and walked in, and one of her friends, Annie, has bought her this big basket, big pink basket full with roses and tulips and gerberas, and it's stunningly beautiful. I looked at it and I says, oh my god, she must have paid easily 60 quid for that. It's beautiful. It's like obviously from a florist, quite big. And there's me with my poxy bunch of flowers. She still says she really liked them, like, but she's sitting with flowers coming out her ears and I'm with no flowers, so I thought I want a bunch of flowers. So I bought myself a bunch in Asda. I had to go in and get cheese slices. Guess where we're sat? We're outside the Chinese. It's a disgrace. And I'll tell you why. Because the Chinese buffet place we go to in Belfast has started adding spices to so much stuff, but it's not labelled. Now, two of my favourite things at the Chinese buffet are the mushrooms and the green beans. I know that sounds ridiculous, but it is green beans and mushrooms because they're cooked absolutely beautiful. But they've started adding something to the green beans that makes them really spicy, but they're not labelled, and there's no like little flecks of chilli or anything like that. And sometimes it is and sometimes it isn't. Yesterday they had added spice to the green beans, and they had added spice to chicken balls that weren't labelled and which don't normally have spice, and they don't do boiled rice. I don't really like fried rice. I like boiled rice, so it was really disappointing, and I couldn't eat most of my dinner yesterday because I don't get people that enjoy spice. It burns the mouth of me. Isaac's coming back. So my mouth was burning and I wasn't enjoying it, so I didn't eat most of my dinner yesterday. So we're a bit late. It's just after 5 o'clock getting back, and rather than him have to start cooking and get Chinese, it's half-term week, so we're treating ourselves.
What the?
Tomorrow morning Isaac's going swimming with Callum and his brothers and their dad. His mum texted me to say, yep, he'd love to go to the cinema tomorrow afternoon. He was wondering about swimming. Apparently he'd spoken to Isaac about swimming and Isaac hadn't properly answered him. Yeah, he's going to go swimming in the morning and then cinema in the afternoon. Daniel's not coming though, it's just Callum.
Is he going to cinema though?
Yeah, but they're both going to the cinema, so then we'll collect them both. Isaac, can you get in the back and put your seatbelt on, please?
Probably.
And then Also, that I'm gonna need to clean the cuffs of that because she can't go out. Isaac keeps dirty in every bloody hoodie he puts on. It's ridiculous.
No, no.
I
That's
threw
fine.
2 hoodies in the wash last night or this morning, and now that one has got stuff on the cuff. It's not fine. You can't go out with other people dirty, Isaac.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
We went and we got a new blazer. I showed my parents the blazer, and my dad's like, no. A Northern Ireland expression for that is too small is, oh, it's a bit monkey looking on him. I don't know. Something being too short and too tight is referred to as being monkey looking. I don't know what that means. So we got a new blazer. 70 odd quid. 70 odd quid for a blazer. It's shocking. Although in saying that, my mum told me that when she bought my now I thought it was 60, she says it was 80. I'm not sure that it was 80, but even if it was 60, oh Isaac,
Was that you?
it was not me, it was
Well,
you.
it wasn't me either.
This is Isaac's new thing. He farts. He
That
tries
wasn't me!
farts as loud as he can and then blames someone else.
That wasn't me.
It wasn't me, Isaac. If I'm going to fart, I'm not about to do it while I'm recording a video.
Well, it
am I?
wasn't me. Why are you looking at the camera
We've
like
got
that?
a
I'm
ghost in the car that is farting.
Well, it wasn't me.
Can you sit down and put your seatbelt on, please?
I can.
Well, will you please?
No.
Forgot what I was saying now.
Ha.
Yeah, 38. No, hang on, do I get this right? So, I left school 30 years ago. That is terrifying. So, 35 years ago, approximately, well, 37 to be very specific, I started secondary school 37 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
And £60. Well, my mum says it was 80, but you know, our blazers back then, the girls don't wear their blazers during the day. They were made of like a thick woolen material. Now they're just the same as boys' blazers. That, I don't know what it is it polyester? Whatever it is. Oh, there's that dog again. The size of it. Right, there's a guy walking a dog, and honestly, when I say look at the size of it, I am not exaggerating.
It's an XL.
It's an XL bully,
With
and
no
it's got
muzzle.
no muzzle on, which to my
Terrifying.
knowledge is illegal now. Now, I am not this person that says it's the dog's fault. It's not. It's how the dog's brought up. I've nothing against any breed at all. I love dogs. I
What if
hate.
it's like a dog that's never like been taught anything.
We might get
and
to
it
show you
eats
it actually. It was Darren's just getting the Chinese now, but this dog is like a bull. That poor woman that was killed recently by 2 XL bullies. The size of this thing is shocking. I'm going to see if Darren can get his phone out and video it on the way past. The XL bullies just walked past. So can you get your mobile out, and if I bet he turns into Dunklug, and if you can film him for me to show you the size of this bloody dog.
The unmuzzled XL bully.
I'd never considered that as a dog.
Now I don't know if the rule is just here or just in England, or if it's UK wide yet. A lot of the time rules don't come into all parts. Right, somebody's reversing right behind me at exactly the same time. Obviously I started before they did. You have to be so look, it's like musical bloody reversing. But this dog, it's actually terrifying. It's so big.
There's like a little tiny dog.
Right, well that's obviously not what we're talking about. That'll be him up there.
Actually, get your phone out down.
I'm going to slow down a bit so Darren can catch him. Is that right? I'm going to slow down. What's he doing with him? Yeah, that's it. Size of that dog, guys. And he's fully intact. He's a male XL bully with his bits intact, so he's probably going to be used for breeding. Now, like I said, I have no issue with any breed, and I don't think any breed should be banned, but
Like he needs protection. He's like a big guy.
people only get dogs like that for one reason, and it's either security or protection. That dog is terrifyingly huge. I don't even know if it will pick up on camera how big that dog is. That guy walking him is a big guy. He's not a short guy, and he's big. But when you like drive past it and see it in the flesh, it's like Jesus. You know, all the other breeds that have ever been banned, like what was the ones that were banned before that one?
American pit bull.
Pit bulls. Now pit bulls
Half the size of that.
are like stocky, strong little dogs, but that thing, Jesus. You know, if you've got a dog with that, I don't know. You see, because some dogs like that are so soft and such lovely dogs, but my issue is so many dogs like that, and like the pit bull type dogs, get these reputations because the people that have them, the people that choose that type of dog to have, tend to be people that want to show off. Look at how big and bad my dog is. They don't tend to be responsible dog owners, so therefore people get into their mind that that type of dog is a bad dog, and it's not a bad dog, it's just not been raised right. But the rules in place and the rules should be followed. Like I say, you will not get many people that love dogs as much as me, but I wouldn't have one of those dogs. It may be the nicest dog in the world, but the capability that that thing has, the size of it, the strength
If that
of
one
it.
turned, even though he's a big guy, he couldn't stop it.
No. Anyway, that was a side thing for you.
So
I'm glad we
what
got
about
to let
Dobby?
you see him.
When Dobby turned, like, I struggle to keep him in control when she's off on one.
I've had medium-sized dogs. I've never had a big dog. I've had 2 Rottweilers sat on my knee once, and they were such beautiful, soft, beautiful dogs, but I have to admit I did feel a little bit, it did occur to me, if this dog turned, I'm dead. Big Rottweilers, 2 of them, gorgeous temperament dogs, such soft dogs, really playful, but big, scary dogs. Yeah, I'd like a dog to call Bear, a big hairy dog.
You've got 2 big dogs.
But yeah, my only dog that I've only got one specific that I want, which is an English Bull Terrier, preferably a white one, but will not stick to a white one. It doesn't have to be. It's because I fell in love with Duchess on Animal Hospital many years ago, who was an English Bull Terrier who had a really bad skin condition. She'd been really badly treated, was in such pain, so many sores, and it was upsetting to watch. But her temperament, she was such a lovable, gorgeous dog, and I just fell in love with this dog, and ever since I've wanted a white English Bull Terrier. But yeah, we shall see. It's the only one I've ever really, like, to me, you go to kennels, you look at dogs, which is hard enough because you want so many, and it doesn't really matter what it is, it just clicks with you. And then obviously if you've got one, it has to be one that's going to fit in with what you've got already. But at some stage, English Bull Terrier will happen, but it would have to be from a puppy so that it was properly trained and stuff. Anyway, I'll switch you off. Chinese is in the car. Hopefully it will be better than the disappointment yesterday that was my mouth being burnt off me, which I've just told you about. I was telling them about them adding the spices to the green beans and stuff. It's not good. They're not labelled or anything.
It's like everything's turning much or much, isn't it?
Yeah, it's going downhill from what it used to be, I think.
All the batter's really stodgy. Just the chicken tastes.
The thing is, it's so cheap.
Yeah.
Like 3 of us yesterday, it was £33 for 3 of us to eat as much as we wanted, and desserts and stuff. You could sit there all day and eat if you wanted, and you imagine going in anywhere else and all 3 of you eating your fill for like 30 quid, and we just get water. We don't even pay for soft drinks because it adds like 3 quid each to the bill to have a drink each. It's like, no.
That's for a small drink.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll go home and enjoy our Chinese. Isaac will be swimming in the morning, then we'll all be at the cinema to see Migration in the afternoon. Saturday I'm just wanting to have a quiet day. Sunday I'll be in at my mum's. I have to record my thing for Cinema Squad, so I'll probably, they're going to hate me, I'll probably do it on Saturday, so I'll be sending it in the day before the final deadline, which I hate the fact I'm doing that, because I know what it's like when you've got loads of stuff to, oh jeez, I thought he was going the other way then. So I'll switch you off, and I'll catch up with you guys probably at some stage tomorrow. Hello, it is Friday. Let me show you my cards before. Learn to park. You accidentally parked like an asshole. Get the help you need before becoming the shithead everyone hates. So I have got in the car. It will make me feel much better. Yesterday, I don't know if I told you, yesterday I was parked outside that shopping centre. I so wish I had have filmed it, but I was in the car before and I couldn't be arsed getting back out. So I was parked like this in a parking space, and a van parked like this with this whole back end covering 3/4 of the back of my car, and the front end of my car was parked up against a wall. And I'm like, how the hell am I going to get out of this? Because the guy was parked like completely behind me, and I had to Austin Powers it back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. See, if I didn't have a rear view camera, it would have been next to near impossible. I'd have had to have had someone go out and tell me when to stop. I was like, what the hell? Why would you park in a space where you've blocked the back of a car in? Idiot. And I was so cross that I didn't have one of those with me at the time, because I'd bought them. I'd forgot to bring them out into the car. So that will make me feel much better that I can put those little cards. Is that Darren's coming? With our popcorn for the cinema. You have to get stocked up before you go, because we're not taking out a mortgage to pay for snacks at the cinema. We are going to see Migration, which is an animation, which will probably just be a nice little animation. A little bit early, so I'll not drive off just yet. So yeah, we're going to see Migration. We went to see, as you know, Madam Web earlier this week. More and more reviews have come out now on YouTube, and everyone is saying it's one of the worst things they've ever seen. Sony, please stop. This is awful. This is worse than Morbius. It's not. But everyone, the only one person that didn't absolutely despise it, you can probably guess who that is.
No.
Jamie.
Oh, he likes any old shit though, doesn't he?
But some of the stuff that Jamie says he likes, Darren's like, what?
Monsters.
Yeah, the Monsters thing. The recent Rob Zombie Monsters, which was absolutely shocking. It looked amazing, but the film was awful. Did we switch that off, or did we
No, I watched it. We stuck through it.
Did we? But yeah, he quite liked it. But I enjoyed it. I didn't think the last 2/3 of it was fantastic, but it wasn't awful. It was just okay. The first third of it I really enjoyed. So I don't get how everyone is saying it's absolutely shockingly awful. Same thing happened with Shyamalan's Old. Everyone said that was terrible, and it's one of my favourites of his actually. So, you know, just because other people say something's crap, don't let it put you off going to see it if you fancy it. So yeah, we're due to pick them up at 1:15. They only live about a 3-minute drive away, so I don't want to appear too early for them. We were meant to be bringing Daniel as well, but Daniel was up sick last night, so he's got I said I hope it's something he's eating and not a bug. So, but that could be coinciding with it coming back to time to go back to school.
He's timed it wrong though. He's forgotten he's got Monday off.
Yeah. I don't know. But then again, it could just be that he's decided he doesn't want to go to the cinema. So, you know, one of those things. Daniel would struggle emotionally with a lot of stuff. Somebody pulled up right behind me. It'll drive off. I don't like being too early for people. Daniel's had a lot of problems at school. He hasn't been to school in like a month. And then some occasions he's been in for registration and maybe 1 or 2 classes, and then he's gone home. But he's struggling a bit at the minute. So yeah, he's maybe just, I don't know. But Callum's still going. Callum's the wee lad with all the allergies. I thought it was just nuts. It's not. Isaac told me a list of stuff, and he said there's loads more, but I can't remember. Chicken, nuts, eggs, and loads of other stuff. But with the amount of stuff that can be in everything, it's just I don't know how his mum does it, and I think at least one of his brothers has the same thing. So Isaac's been at their house since 10:30 this morning playing D&D, Dungeons and Dragons. Is that what it is? When I say that, all I can see is the 80s cartoon that I used to love. It was one of my favourites. Would they ever make it home? I don't think they ever did they?
I don't think so.
There's a new film adaptation of He-Man being done.
There's another one.
Yep. So let's hope they actually do it justice this time. But yeah, so he's been at Callum's today, and I think he's going to the swimming pool with Callum on Sunday as well. Right, I'll switch you off, guys. I will let you know later this evening when I get back home what Migration was like, but I'm just expecting it to be a stereotypical nice little animation. Yeah, I'll speak to you later.
Hey, what are our numbers again?
Was it E8 and E9? Yeah. Garfield,